Hi, it's Robin from Raincross Farms Makery. Let me show you how to etch on glass using my fancy stencils. So here's the supplies we need. We need something glass. I need a transfer. I need armor etch and a couple of tools, a pouncing brush. So anyway, let's get started. So I'm going to start by giving this a boost here, and this is the surface I'm going to etch on. So here is my transfer. Remember, this is a sticky back transfer, and I don't want it to snag on that glass so tightly that I stretch it when I pull it off. So I'm going to put a little bit of lint. I'm going to take my transfer and line it up with that very top. Like I said, ideally my mug should be a little bit taller. I'm going to press this down and make sure there's no lumps and bumps, no fuzz underneath, no air pockets, no air bubbles, like that right there. Get rid of those. And I'm going to smooth this out nice and flat. Oops, and I see that little piece there. Okay, I think I've got it. I've got it adhered down. I'm not feeling any bubbles. I am going to have to be careful right around here. In fact, I think I might even just take a little bit of tape and tape that down just so it stays up against the glass. I don't want my etching cream to bleed through. So here we go. Nice and flat. It says Trophy Husband. It's going to be a Father's Day gift. Okay, so I'm going to take my armor etch, available in craft stores or on Amazon. A little bit goes a long way. So I've got about half of this jar left. So I'm just going to put a little bit of it on a tray right here. And what I don't use, I can stick back in my jar when I'm done. Now I'm going to take my little pouncer and I'm going to basically push that cream through my transfer, through that stencil, through that mesh. All around. I think these are called spouncers. They're like a sponge and a pouncer. Spouncers. I think I got it at Walmart. Available. I'm sure they're available at all craft type stores. You could also just use a little piece of sponge. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm just filling in all those areas of the transfer. Making sure that's laying down, because where this etching cream hits the glass is where it will etch. And that's what we're wanting. We're wanting that chemical reaction against the glass. Now I will give you one warning. Not all glass is etchable. So you would probably be wise before you started a big project is to test a little inconspicuous area and make sure that your glass etches. So I'm just getting that all over, pushing it down. And now it kind of becomes a waiting game. I think I've gotten it everywhere. So I'm just going to let that sit. I'm going to set my timer for about 10 minutes. And every couple of minutes, I'm going to go over it again. Okay, it's been a couple of minutes. So I'm going to get my bouncer back out, or you could just use an old paintbrush if you wanted to, but you're basically not brushing, you're just kind of pouncing it up and down. Just in case you aren't evenly coating your screen, this kind of gives you a second or third chance. And we'll wait a couple more minutes. Okay, it's a couple more minutes. Bouncer again. Again, I'm just going to bounce that up and down. And we wait a couple more minutes. Okay, a couple more minutes. Bounce it again. Put it all over that trophy. And keep waiting. Okay, another 2 minutes. Last set of bouncing. Okay, time's up. Now I'm gonna take a squeegee and I am going to scrape off any of that excess etching cream, and I'm going to stick it back in the jar because it's still good. Waste not, want not. Okay, put the lid back on this. Okay, next I'm going to take off this tape. And I'm going to pull this off from the edge. Okay, now that is still etching cream. That's still etching cream. So I'm going to set that aside. My next most important task is to get this transfer cleaned. I don't want any of that chemical to sit on my transfer any longer than it needs. So I'm taking a board eraser and I'm cleaning this off. I'm going to flip it over. Spray it with some water. Clean that off. And then let that dry. Next, I've got some water. Ordinarily, I'd run to the sink, but I don't have a camera at the sink. So what I'm going to do is clean off this etching cream just with water. Okay, and I want to do it quickly, and I want to get it all off because I don't want anything else to be etching. So I want to completely remove that cream. Just with water is fine. And I can't wait to show you. Let me dry this off a little bit. Okay, so let's see. Will that show? Trophy husband. A little bit of bleeding down here where it curved. Again, if I'd had a bigger glass, that would have been great. And this is permanent. This isn't going to wash off. Let me put this behind here. Maybe you can see that a little bit better. What do you think? Trophy husband. Won't rub off. Permanent. Looks awesome. Happy Father's Day and happy crafting. Bye-bye. For more craft tutorials, follow us at Raincross Farms Makery.